So 2026 has been a year of a lot of changes. And today I want to share some of that with you as far as TSA carry-on rules. Hey everybody, welcome. I'm Michelle and this is Diaz on Deck Travel. So today I want to talk to you and share with you some of the latest TSA carry-on rules. Now I have a lot of you going on cruises over to Europe, or picking them up in Europe, I should say. And these are some of the things you're gonna need to know because a lot of you have told me that you are only planning to do a carry-on. So let's jump into that. But before we do, if you can hit your notifications button, and if you find the information at the end of the video helpful, please like and subscribe. It does help me to bring you more travels, take you on my adventures, and it does help me to grow the channel. Okay, so let's talk about the TSA carry-on rules for 2026. Now, these are the most current information that we have as of this recording, which is April 14th, 2026. So let's start with number one, your ounces. Your ounces of fluids that you are going to put in your carry-on has to be 3.4 or less. Now, if you have a small quantity of ounces, but it's in a jar labeled over 3.4 ounces, it will either have to be tossed or you will have to put that in your check bag. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm in a rush and I'm packing for a last minute trip and it's a local port where I'm picking up my cruise, sometimes I'll just throw my whole shampoo bottle in and deal with it later. You can't do that when you're flying. So if you are driving to your cruise port, that's one thing. But if you are flying, you have to go by the fluid ounces that are allowed by TSA security. Okay, number two, your quart-size bags. Now, your quart-size bags can be the clear Ziploc, or it could be one of these TSA approved bags that you can find on Amazon. Basically, they have to be clear, and your 3.4 ounce containers will go in here. But very important, they're looking to make sure it has a good seal. So make sure they have a good seal. Okay, number three, powder rules. Yes, there are rules for powders. There have been rules for powders back since 2019, and your powders have to be 12 ounces or less, and they have to be in the original container with the original label. Now, I know of a person who had their protein powder that they were taking with them abroad, but they had put like a scoop in one of these little, Ziplocs. And because it wasn't labeled with the original label, the bag got pulled, the powder got tested, and it just created so many delays. Now, I get the logic behind it. He probably just wanted to make a drink once he got through TSA. But guys, don't even do that. Take your container with the original label and wait till you get to the other side and take a scoop then. Okay, so number four is a big one, electronics. Now, as a travel agent and as a vlogger, I have a lot of electronics I take with me. There's the laptop, there's the tablet, there's a couple of phones, there's all types of camera equipments, microphone. You name it, I'm bringing it with me. Okay, so when you go through TSA, make sure that when you pull out your devices, lay them flat and make sure they're not touching. So your computers, your tablets, things of that nature will go in one bin, and all your wires and cords and plugs, put that in another bin. Because if those are on top, they can't get a good clear read of what they're actually looking at. So make sure you separate those things. Number five, cutting tools. I mean, this one's kind of a no-brainer, but cutting tools cannot be taken in your carry-on bag. Now, when they look at something and they're determining whether or not you could take it in your carry-on or not, they are looking at the item and asking themselves, what intention was this item created for? If it was intended for cutting, it's a no-go. So if you are bringing something of that nature, a hunting knife, a Swiss Army knife, put that in your checked bag. You do not want to have delays and possibly miss your flight or miss your cruise. Okay, so there is a site that you can look. It's called TSA What Can I Bring? Look that up the day before or the night before you leave. That way you're current on what exactly you can bring. And it is no gray area. You type in the item, it's either yes or no. There's no question about it. So go to that site and always, always, always check that. Number 6, don't forget, airlines regulate your carry-on, not TSA. So you could get all the way through TSA and you get to your boarding gate and the airline takes one look at your bag and says, yeah, that's not going to work. They're either going to check it in the little measuring cart, or, they're just going to look at it and say, you got to go check it, or, you're not going. So now you've created extra delays for yourself. And, all you want to do and all you have to do is measure your suitcase before you leave. And that is from wheel to handle. Make sure you fall within your airline's guidelines so you don't run into any mishaps. And number 7, I cannot say this enough, apply for global entry and TSA PreCheck. It is not going to negate any of the rules that you have to follow for your airline or your TSA security check, but it is going to help you sail right through those lines. So, when you add up how much you've paid for your air and how much you've paid for your cruise, is $17 average for a year, for a 5-year duration, really that much to you? I mean, I think it's totally worth it. So $17 average per year for 5 years helps you sail right through. It is designed to help you expedite entry and re-entry into and from foreign countries. So definitely look into that and make sure you apply well in advance. Now you're probably wondering, where did they come up with all these rules? Well, these rules have all come from someone trying to perpetrate a nefarious scheme, and therefore these rules have been enacted because of actual events. Don't forget that, we had to take our shoes off and they're checking for powders. These are all based on actual events. And now we even have a snow globe requirement. If you're bringing a snow globe souvenir home, guess what? If it's over the size of a tennis ball, it has to be checked. That's right. And you want to know why? Because someone actually tried to smuggle substances inside a snow globe. I can't make this up. I mean, talk about some ingenious thought process, but you're going to get busted. It's not worth it. And you don't want to lose time running back to check your bag. So I hope you guys find this information helpful. I hope it helps you to navigate a little smoother when you're traveling to another country to pick up your ship, or just flying through an airport as to what is expected. Now, don't forget, I have a series of what you need to know before you go to Europe to pick up your cruise ship coming up, and that will be rolling out slowly as the information is most up to date. I hope you join me on my next adventures, and I look forward to seeing you on deck.